This is Unfiltered Vitamin Z being brought to you by Zieed. Thank you for tuning in. This is how to find the right study abroad programs for you. So it depends on three factors. Do you want a complete degree abroad at any level, bachelor's, master's, PhD? Do you want a semester abroad, or do you just want to travel and learn? If you just want to travel and learn, I'd highly suggest you check out Workaway. You're basically volunteering 5 days a week, 5 hours a day, in exchange for accommodation and food. Different countries have different hosts, so somebody could have literally like a farm that you could work on, or an NGO, or a food clinic. Usually, if you're into farming and things like that, working on people's land, then you'll find nice rural areas where you could work and learn fencing, learn gardening, shit like that. Travel really cheap, especially in expensive countries like Switzerland, for example. Worker would be the best way to go. And if you just want to learn, and you have a little bit extra cash and you don't want to volunteer, but you actually want to like maybe learn a language or something, then find like a language school. For example, like Don Quixote in Spain. You could intensively have a few hours a day during the week for classes, and then in your free time explore, make friends, and travel and shit like that, while you're also during the day learning a new language. So those are two different options. If you're doing a semester abroad, check through your university what programs they have. If they have Concordia, that's a dope option. I know people that graduate from there. Concordia's in Montreal. First of all, Montreal's already like a really cool city, laid back, chill, European vibe, but within Canada, within the Americas. Excuse me. And they have really good food, good nature. It's a very nice city. But if they don't have a city that you like, then don't pick a place just like on the whim of it. You have to understand who you are, what type of person you are as well. You know what I'm saying? If you really like nature and a place is like too city focused, or maybe you don't like nature, but you being put in like the middle of nowhere in a small town that's surrounded by forests and shit like that, then maybe that's not for you. Think about weather, think about all the different factors in terms of like social living. Maybe you want a place that is totally different than where you're from. So that, I don't know, maybe you want something that is similar, that is a bit sort of like home. It all depends on you. If you're looking for a degree abroad and you're doing, let's say at the bachelor's level, and you want to do it in English, then search which countries you're interested in living in and studying. Then go to the universities pages and look at what programs they have in English. A lot of times a country like Germany is going to have more English programs than a country like France or Italy, because they don't speak that well of English, but Germans do. But the thing with Germans, however, it's going to be an issue because they might have degree options that are only like in chemistry or physics or something like that. So maybe if you're more of a social science base, you will only find bachelor's degrees in the native language of that country. The best countries for studying abroad, I think Spain, because any type of lifestyle that you're into, you're gonna find. If you a chill, laid back person, you'll find chill, laid back vibes. If you way more into like party and nightlife, you're definitely gonna find that. And geographically, it'll have things that'll suit everybody's needs, very similar to the US geography. Northwest is like super rainy and green. Northeast got cool cities and mountains, like Barcelona, which gives you like a very LA vibe, a lot of sexy people, mountains and beach. So you get like that whole combo. The southeast got a lot of beaches. The southwest is like drier and more deserty. The center doesn't really have much going on. So you'll find a lot of history, architecture, good food. If you like to golf, you'll find golf resorts. You know what I'm saying? If you like museums, you're gonna find museums. So whatever you're really into, whatever type of geography, you're gonna find something that'll suit you. Plus with Spanish, it's like the second largest native spoken language in the world after Mandarin. So if whether you already know some, know a little bit, or don't know at all, you could always learn there. And it's a good language, it's a good skill to add on, you know what I'm saying? And then Spain gives you in a position to go to France, you go to Portugal, you can go to North Africa, you can go west, east. I mean, you in a good travel location as well. And the infrastructure for trains and buses works really good too, so you can see the whole country quite easily. And once you're in France, France can take you anywhere else in Europe as well. So it's a good location. The only thing about it is like yeah, you've probably seen other videos. It is a racist place. It's that superficial level of racism, that surface level. Because in the US, somebody might smile and be friendly, but if I apply for a job, they might throw my resume out, but they don't show me that they hate me. But in Spain, somebody could say some fucked up shit or look at you weird and just stare or follow you or some shit like that, only because they don't have the infrastructure in the legal system against hate speech. So a lot of people still feel pretty like comfortable enough to say some shit. Plus, nobody has guns. It's a lot harder to say some fucked up shit to somebody when you're afraid that they might shoot you for that shit. Like here, But over there, because nobody has guns, they're kind of pussyfied in a weird way, where they think they can say some shit and there won't be consequences for their actions. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. France can be super racist too, but there's also super chill and cool people because they do have such a history with Africa. So they have so many Arabs and North Africans that some people are like either racist or like super cool with them, one or the other. Italy, kind of the same thing. Italians have always hated black people, but Italians have never been accepted by other white people as well either. So I don't know. North is a bit more richer. South is a bit more poor and more conservative views, and they're kind of like weirder in comparison. And from the North's perspective, they have that sort of rivalry between them. But you will find cool student cities in France, like all over the South, not just Paris, all over the South, you'll find really cool cities. Spain as well, it could be North, South, East, West. You have all different types of universities to serve different types of purposes and needs and, study programs and things like that. So I think it's one of the best options. If you do like more of the strict sort of definition space between professor and student, maybe the UK is more for you. If you like that little formal whole Hogwarts vibe and shit like that, then yeah, go check out the UK. And remember, while studying abroad, if you don't know the native language, then learn the fucking language, either before you go or while you're there. Or don't learn it at all and just use hand gestures the entire fucking time. Either way, don't be a bitch when it comes to like not knowing the language, because that's the whole fucking point of like being abroad. If you don't know the language and you have to learn and struggle and you're like, now you know what it's like when an immigrant comes to the US, you ignorant fuck. Okay, just get used to that aspect of it. It's okay if you don't know the language. Just learn it or don't. Either way, it doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Just like have fun with this. One time I had to like do hand gestures and like squat down to give the lady like the signal that I needed a bathroom to take a shit. And she eventually got it when I was like, poo poo. And she's like, that's universal right there. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for like, you will find probably a master's or PhD program more in English options. But if you do want to do a bachelor's and just move to a different country, then go move there first, do like a year language courses, and then you could eventually just apply the next year once you have the language requirements. If you don't mind like quote unquote wasting a year, like it's a year that's not part of the degree, who cares? It's still a year of your life that you got to live and experience, and at a less intensive level because you're just doing language, you're not doing your full degree. So that gives you more time to like actually have fun and enjoy the area that you're living in. And a lot of people used to do that. Like I remember like a lot of uncles from Palestine, like in the older generation, they used to get scholarships if they had good grades to go to like Romania, Hungary, Russia, and they would learn the language first, and then they would spend the rest of the year studying in the native language of those countries. So it's another option. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's nothing wrong with like learning the language and then applying to the degree. Or, just maybe changing what you want to study to find English program. Just go search the universities, the country that you want to go, and then search the university pages and then see what type of English programs that they offer. And maybe if one catches your eye, you know what I'm saying, apply for that one. And you won't have to show any requirements because you graduated from an English speaking country. So that's another option as well.
This is the UFZ flow, yeah. This is that UFZ flow,